Welcome to the VC3 News Update. I am Shanette Hackshaw with the top local news stories for today. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has indicated that the 6 independent countries of the Organization for Eastern Caribbean States have maintained a different stance in response to the Citizenship by Investment program. Citizenship by investment programs give foreign investors a fast route to citizenship in exchange for a one-time financial commitment to the government, such as the purchase of real estate or a one-time donation to a government fund. Dr. Gonsalves has been a stark critic of this program, and on St. Lucia's Good Morning St. Lucia program, he indicated that he is the odd man out, as the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is not following the crowd. He said that the opposition in SVG is, however, in support of the CBI program.
Well, first of all, I want to say that the 6 independent countries in the OECS, we have different positions. At least 5 have different positions to that of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I would say, in fairness to all the governments in the respective territories, the other territories, their predecessor governments also supported the selling of passports, the selling of citizenship, which parade under the title of Citizenship by Investment. So I, in a sense, I'm the odd man out. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we are not following the crowd in that regard. In fact, the opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines sees citizenship by investment as some kind of a panacea, the savior, because everything they say, citizenship by investment, sell passports, sell citizenship. Well, everybody knows that, you know, Ralph, the comrade, beats to the rhythm of his own drums, and that of the people whom I listen to were the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The overwhelming majority, in my view, support the position which the government, my government and I, that we have advocated.
Prime Minister Gonsalves went on to add that as far as he is concerned, the highest office in any land is that of a citizen. He said it is a bond that establishes a very special relationship between individuals in a political society organized as a state.
As far as I'm concerned, the highest office in the land is that of citizen. It's higher than Governor General, higher than President, higher than Prime Minister. Citizenship is that bond which establishes a very special relationship between individuals in a political society organized as a state. And that highest office, as I've defined it, and as it is generally defined, from my perspective, is not for sale and not to be for sale. And the passport is the outward sign of the inward grace of citizenship, and that too is not for sale.
In response to the United Kingdom and the European Union revoking visa-free travel for Dominica, Dr. Gonsalves had earlier this year said that he had foreseen an event like that happening. The United Kingdom indicated that by the end of 2023, St. Lucia, Grenada, Antigua and Barbuda, and St. Kitts and Nevis passport holders would also need a visa if they don't end their CBI programs. Dr. Gonsalves said that the screening process for what he terms selling passports will be out of sync in relation to the money made. He said that there are limitations to the due diligence checks that are done. He added that he does not see how a CBI program is sustainable.
As a matter of practice, it is extremely difficult, well nigh impossible, if you have to make money from selling a lot of passports. You're going to find that your screening process is out of sync with the making of the money from selling plenty passports. I know that there are due diligence procedures that you can institute. And we have for investors who will come in the normal course of things, we will have them screened to have due diligence conducted. But I know the limitations of those due diligence checks. And that's when you're doing it for a few investors, much less if you're doing it for a whole bundle of passport applicants. And the third matter is this. I don't see how it is sustainable. And I don't want to have the development of my country circumscribed, conditioned, determined by the immigration policies of other countries, the United States of America, Canada, Britain, and the European Union.
The first citizenship by investment program was introduced in St. Kitts and Nevis in 1983. Today, there are around 11 citizenship by investment schemes actively running, and more countries are expected to introduce a CBI in the future. A three-member team of agriculture officials from Cuba who arrived in the state on September 6, embarking on critical assessments to provide assistance to this country's agriculture and fisheries sector, left the country today after the completion of the assessments. The head of the delegation, Deputy Minister of Agriculture, His Excellency Javier Rodriguez, thanked the government of SVG, in particular the Ministry of Agriculture, for this invitation, and highlighted that the relationship between both countries is crucial in the establishment of a system for food and nutrition security in this country. He added that the development of food and nutrition security within this country is also linked to the farmer support system of SVG to provide backing for farming communities while promoting and supporting production and sustainable livelihoods. Upon visiting the Tissue Culture Lab Multiplication Center in Orange Hill, the Deputy Minister indicated that the Food and Nutrition Security Center of SVG facilitates research and economic development and praised the existence of the center. He highlighted it is essential in enhancing the development of agriculture and emphasized his satisfaction with the work being done at the Tissue Culture Lab. The Deputy Minister, however, noted that there are much enhancements that can be made on this site and also things that can be utilized in Cuba. Rodriguez said that the trip is a wonderful experience and congratulated the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Cuban delegation also visited VC3 Fresh Limited, where an array of agro-processed products is being made. The delegation shared their experience on efficient production practices inclusive of equipment selection, maintenance, product development, and line expansion, factory layout, among other areas, and expressed their satisfaction with the product's taste during a taste testing session. In the news from the Beauty Shows Committee, as October 7 draws near, the 9 young ladies who are vying for the title of Miss St. Vincent and the Grenadines are currently wrapping up the General Employees Cooperative Credit Union Miss SVG Community Project. The GECU Miss SVG Community Service Project, now in its second year, aimed to foster a spirit of outreach and volunteerism that will contribute to the development of stronger communities and raise the awareness of candidates and members of the public. The project was launched by the Beauty Shows Committee and its partner GECU on August 16. At the launch, each contestant revealed the theme of their community project and also gave some insight into the activities they will undertake. Last year, then 21-year-old Jada Ross captured the Best Interview and Talent Awards on her way to being crowned Miss SVG. The pageant then was dubbed the Royal Return after it had been cancelled for 2 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the explosive eruptions of last April. The 9 contestants and their sponsors for this year's pageants are Letitia Barber, Miss Grenadine House; Denicia Batswan, Miss Metropolitan General Insurance Limited; Diana Fairbairn, Miss Play 4; Arena Foy, Miss Massey Stores Limited; Trina Hooper, Miss National Lotteries Authority, Niall Laborde, Miss Flo, Simisha Millington, Miss Careers Ace Hardware, Tara Richardson, Miss JCI St. Vincent, and Roy Isha Telemark, Miss In Transit Exports. And finally, in our local news stories, as they began a manhunt for the individual guilty of the death of a man from St. Vincent and the Grenadines who was shot multiple times while sitting in his car on Monday, Grenada police put up roadblocks and searched cars leaving the city. Dexter Chance, 51, who had been cleared of all charges in connection with a multi-million-dollar cocaine seizure in Grenada in July last year, had been named as the victim by the police. A picture of Chance's bleeding body in the driver's seat of a car had been circulated on social media. Chance, along with Grenadian Bernard Span, 46, and Jamaicans Ian White, 53, and Alric Reynolds, 48, were arrested in August 2019 in connection with the seizure of 40 kilos of cocaine. In 2011, Chance, along with fellow Vincentians Garrett McDowell and Carlos Sutherland, had been extradited to Tortola to stand trial along with 3 other people in connection with a 2008 drug bust. That has been our local news stories. Continue watching the VC3 News Update on Channel 114 for regional and international news.